I'm happy to have my recorder back. Although I kind of missed that 3, 2, 1, go bit. Okay, so mean. How do you find the mean? Add up and divide by how many there are, right? That's all you do. Add up and divide by how many. Look at that. Commonly called the average, right? That's what you guys call average. Oh, the handwriting is unbelievable how well it notices or figures that out. I'm just shocked. It's amazing. Commonly called average. Now, Bodhi suggests you put an example, right?
Yes.
I'll leave that for you guys. Really? I need to give you an average or an example?
Because I think I did it wrong because on that assignment I got 2 out of 9. So
Well, I'm going to head back today.
I was doing something wrong.
Well, let's say you got the numbers 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
3 plus 4 plus 5 equals 12. 12 divided by 3 is 4, right? Yeah, so you just find the average. Is there anything else I need to include with averages? I don't think so. How do you find the median?
So wait, for the mean, couldn't you just go from the end and count in?
No, that's the median. You could do that. The mean, you have to add them up. Well, because they're already in order, right? Like what if it was...
Put them in order and went from the end.
No, not necessarily. No. No, because like what if it was like... what if the numbers were 3, 7, 42? Right, the average isn't 7. Right? Commonly called average. The mean is commonly called the average. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so to find the median, we put them in order. Pick the middle one. Right? Put them in order, pick the middle. Unless there's 2. If 2 middle, take the mean of those 2. Right? Anything else for median, Mrs. P? Don't think so. It's pretty straightforward.
You add up and divide.
That's for the, yeah, you add up the 2 middle ones and divide by 2. Right? If you want an example, if the numbers are, I'll put them in order so that it's easy. 2, 4, we'll go 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate?
4, 6.
Little joke. Say the numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8. They're in order. So the middle 2 are 4 and 6. So 4 plus 6 divide by 2. Why divide by 2? Because there's 2 of them. 10 over 2. The answer is 5. right? You guys got enough space in there?
Of course.
I tried to space it out appropriately. Mode. It's simply the number that occurs most often. Which one is the most popular? Which one shows up the most?
For,
There is no numbers. No numbers.
In this, well, we haven't got an example, right? So there could be, remember, we should say this. It's the number that occurs most often. And we should say that there can be no mode, one mode, or 2+ modes, right? There can be many modes, whichever one is most common. I am not recording. I am not. Thank you. Trimmed means you take away the outliers, often are the highest and the lowest.
But don't have to be.
Yeah, don't have to be. Although on the exam, apparently that is true.
Well, on the provincial, they usually tell you,
It tells you which ones exactly.
yeah, to take off.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say you should use your judgment. I'll have to double check the test to make sure it's obvious. Now, weighted means is a little bit different, right? How do we describe weighted? This is when, right? Some numbers have more weight to the average, right? Like, for example, a good example here would be, right, like 30% assignments, 70% tests, right? Like when you're doing marks. So how do we do those weighted ones? It's kind of hard to describe without an example. Should I just put an example here, maybe?
Yeah.
That's probably better, I think.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to say in words, isn't it, generically?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's put an example here. Bob has 45 on tests, but 85 on assignments. Okay, so you would take, how would we do that? His mark is 45, so we're going to go 45 times the test mark, which is 70%, but you got to convert it to a decimal. $31.5. 85 on assignments. 85 times 30% or 0.3. And then what do you do at the end? Add them together. $57. 57% is the mark. So B over N, what does the B stand for? It's the number that are below, right? It's how many are below. And the N stands for total, yes, total number. So I just say total number. And then you actually have to multiply by 100, right? I don't know, is there anything else you know about percentiles? Like there's a couple of, I've left you guys enough space that if you want to put example questions in from the notes, you can. Okay, I think if I'm not mistaken, I'll double check, am I right, Ms. Kozlowski, on the exam, you got a full double-sided cheat sheet, right?
Yeah.
I think so, yes.
Grade 12, yeah. double
Yes.
sided. Grade 11 is outside.
Yeah, is that right? Just wondering if it says it in here somewhere. No. And reminder too that you get that formula page too, which I will give to you before the exam as well, so that you know what you got, right? So there's certain things you don't need to put on your cheat sheet. So here's what I'm going to say, because I'm such a nice guy, right, Robert? And in the honor of the Stanley Cup Leafs playoff run, I'm going to allow you to have both sides of this cheat sheet. You put anything you want in the back as well, except for Leafs or for Jet Sounds.
Yeah, well,
Well,
What are you gonna do, eh?
just don't wear that jersey for a couple weeks before the exam.
When does the playoff start? When does it start, Robert? When? Oh, tomorrow. Oh yeah. So we have to formally make this bet. We have to come up to with agreement, right?
We already did.
Yeah. Well, but we should do it in front of everyone else.
You have to clean the board.